This is a must-need item for pretty much anything that you are doing on your homestead. Trenching is back on the list for us today, but don't worry, you're not going to have to watch this entire hole get trenched. After this video, you probably won't see the video about the electrical until the power company actually comes to hook up, which we are finally on the schedule for it, so we are very close to getting power. Okay, so today's video, we are actually partnering with Lowe's because they sent us out a laser level for us to test out, which is perfect because, as you know, we are working on getting power onto the land. We're just hooking up to this pole right here, but for the power specifications, we do have to be 3 feet below ground level. And so as of right now, we've been estimating and we pretty much have just been digging, but now we actually need to make sure that we are at the correct depth. And then also the bottom of the trench does have to be level. So basically using this tool, it's gonna help us, 1, find 3 feet below ground level, and then 2, it's gonna allow us to take the stick along the, I guess it's a grading stick, I don't know. It'll allow us to take the stick along the trench to make sure that we're 3 feet at pretty much every point of this trench behind us. So Elijah is currently getting the machine set up. Once we get that set up, then we will see how it works. Okay, so Lowe's went ahead and sent us out this Bosch, I think that's how you pronounce it, laser level. So pretty much anybody who knows anything about building or anything else knows that this is a must-need item for pretty much anything that you were doing on your homestead or even just any type of building structure. So this is going to help us anytime we need to dig trenches. It's going to help when it comes to digging the foundation for the houses. This is going to help us when it comes to the RV pad. This is going to pretty much anything that we plan on building, we are going to be using this thing. So we had already previously opened it, but it comes with everything that we need. So it has the little stand, and then it actually has, this is the laser level itself. And then it also comes with the measuring stick on there as well. And then this is the little tool that you attach to the measuring stick. And this is what transmits back to the actual laser so that it can read the height that everything's at. And then this thing came with a nice heavy duty case that we can store it in, which is nice. So it's a nice waterproof and durable case for us to be laying out on the dirt, and we don't have to worry about it being damaged. Pretty much we're going to go ahead and get this thing set up. Oh, it also did come with batteries and everything that you need. So pretty much you just pull it out the box, put the batteries in, and everything else is plug and play. It came with a very nice nice instruction manual that basically breaks down pretty much everything you can possibly need. It tells you how to put the batteries in. It tells you all the different ways that you can use it, because you can use this with and without the actual stand. But I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. We're going to find where we want our ground to be, and then we're going to test this thing out to see how far down we are so far. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're going to call this our ground over here, because this is a pretty flat area. Now this thing will level itself out, so we're going to go ahead and get this fully extended and set up, and we'll see how easy this thing is to use, because I'm a little skeptical about that part. But we do appreciate Lowe's for sending it, because these things are expensive, like very expensive. So I'm going to try and eyeball level the stand. But the meter itself will auto level itself, but I think I should at least try and make sure that the stand is somewhat level as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get the actual laser part. That's the important part that we want. Okay, so basically this little thing sits up here, and then I'll zoom you guys in closer after I get this attached in just a minute so that you can kind of see, because it is a 360-degree laser that it has on there. So let me bring you guys over so you can get an up close look at the machine. Okay, so this is what the tripod looks like. It's pretty heavy duty. The tripod does have tips at the end of it down there so that you can kind of anchor it into the ground. And then it does have a little spot right here
I believe that's probably for an anchor. We do get some heavy winds. This thing is pretty heavy, but our winds out here are crazy, so that would be nice to put some sandbags there. And so this is what the machine looks like. So this is the main part that we end up needing. It has your battery indicator, and then it also has your power there. And then this piece up here, that is your laser. So that is a 360-degree laser. So if you can see these little black parts that are on each side, so pretty much that thing just starts spinning, and then what the laser is going to do is it's going to be spinning out, and then the little device that goes onto the end of the stick, that is going to be communicating with this machine. This is our measuring stick, so it pretty much extends pretty far. It just clips into place, so it goes all the way up to 8 feet deep, hoping that you can see this from there. So it's kind of compared next to me. So on the back side, there are these little red buttons right here that you just push those in, and then it will allow you to collapse down that layer that you just opened up. And then pretty much we'll take that little meter that we have, which we already put batteries into. So this is the meter. And then it has these little marks that are on the back here. And then also the marks that are on the back right on the side right here, the little cutout, to tell you what measurement that you're at when you put it onto here. But it already came, it comes pretty much assembled. And so you have all of this here, and then you just have to twist this open to get this clamp on the back side to open up. Pretty much you just have to turn this button on. And then it's kind of hard to see it, but there's a little green light that's flickering to let you know that it's on. And then you'll end up clicking this button here, and this will start your rotation. And sometimes it will take a little bit before it starts to rotate because it does have to level itself out. But once it starts rotating, basically that is sending out a laser to connect with the device that's over there. This is the device that is going to be connecting with the laser itself. And then it has this little harness that helps it click onto the grading stick. And then it also helps you get your measurements of where you're going to measure at. So pretty much with this thing, you just have to hit that red button to turn it on, and then it will beep. And so as of right now, it doesn't have any readings. I'm hoping you can see the screen because it's not actually connecting with the laser when I'm standing in front of it. So it does have an option where you can turn up the volume. You can also mute it as well. And then this helps with precision. So, and then this little thing on the side, this lighting, this on the side is what the will be receiving the laser. So we're gonna go ahead and get the sound turned on. And it does have 2 levels of sound because this thing is very loud. At this point, we have it at level. So right now, as it is, it's sitting exactly at 3 feet for us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add on 3 feet. So we're gonna go ahead and move this up to the 6 foot mark, and then we will drop it into our hole. We got it set. So Elijah's taking the grading stick and he is putting it into the trench that we've been building. Based on the level where it's at now, it's showing us that we do have to continue digging down deeper. Basically what it's reading on that side is that we are about 3 inches off, which honestly for a hand dug hole in our first time having to level something, that is definitely not bad. So once we get one side fully down to being level, then we'll go ahead and we'll base the rest of that off of that, and then we'll just take the pole, the grading rod, along the rest of the trench to make sure that we are digging down to the correct depth over there, and then to make sure we have a nice level bottom. You got to see us use the Bosch laser level. Now this thing, it does reach 1,000 feet, so our property of course is not that big, but if it was, it would be able to reach, and we could easily set the laser up in the middle of the property, and then we can get level going around to all the other buildings that we're going to be building. But anytime that you're building anything, whether it's grading dirt, grading land for a foundation, anything, you have to ensure everything is level into all the specs that it's supposed to be. So this is one of those tools that will come in handy. Now it is a little bit on the pricier side, but occasionally Lowe's does have sales on the items. It's something that we are starting to use today, but we will forever be using because we have a lot of building to do. So this bad boy is going to be coming out at multiple occasions. We aren't fully professionals at using it yet. We do have to do some tweaks in order to, you know, learn all the different specs and the outings and innings of using it. So thank you, Lowe's, for sending us out this Bosch laser level. Don't forget, you can find it at Lowe's. We did put a link down in the description box below if you would like to pick one up yourselves. We know that a lot of people who watch us are either thinking about starting a homestead or are in the process of starting a homestead, and this is just one of those tools that you have to have. And then also, just so you know, for people with smaller parcels or even like the similar size as us that feel like they don't need the 1,000 foot, they do have a smaller version that reads up to 500 feet. And I think they also have one that's 100 feet as well. So those would drop the price for you. So we'll go ahead and link this one down below. So we will see you guys in the next video. We're going to keep digging. Bye.